I was my third year in the university when I decided to quit school because I could no longer afford education. I had started forex trading on the side while I worked for 3 families to help them tutor their kids. At the same time, I would also go from door to door with my perfume kits trying to sell pocket perfume to people. All of this just so I can raise money to sponsor my education, which I still failed at. The whole reason was because I dreaded leaving school. At that time, I thought without school, I couldn't make it. At that time, I thought if I don't make it out of school, what else? What am I going to do with my life? My parents had already borrowed some money I can use to start school, and all of those money were already exhausted in my first year. The intro of this video is to let you understand a lot of struggles you have in the markets currently that relate to psychology started from your experiences in real life. There is a trauma you have that you're not aware about, and those things have become your identity. And even when you're trying to trade and trying to get this whole trading thing right, there are certain things that triggers these feelings, and you just get to exhibit things like fear of losing money, fear of missing out, greed, or other kind of psychological problems. I literally try to use other people's money to trade with a robot with good intentions to make them money and make myself money, and it didn't happen to go well. Now at the end of the day, this gave me a trauma that made me fear losing money so much than ever. The first time in my life I was taking a huge risk like that to bring myself out of misery, the very first time, it turned out it actually ruined my life. Now that's the trauma right there. So when I'm trading in front of my charts, the first thing that would come to my mind that time is,
you better not lose this trade,
because this money you have got right now, if you use it well, you can be able to get everything back and pay your debts. With this feeling, I want to be very, very perfect with the trade. I start second guessing it. I start trying to overthink it, and I'm not okay with the risk, even if I'm trying to take a trade. Now, the thing is this: to overcome the fear of losing money, you need to do away with what we call the scarcity mindset. Think about my story again. If you think about my story again, everything started from scarcity. No money to continue education. What can I do? What do I run to? How can I survive? That's where everything stems from. You watching this video, you might have a different life. You might not have experienced what I experienced. You might have experienced worse. But there is something in common that causes fear of losing, is scarcity. You're coming from a place of you don't have money. You want to make money. You are struggling. You are poor. You are broke. You want to make money. And that's exactly the scarcity mindset. And if you don't get rid of scarcity mindset, I bet you can't stop having fear of losing and so many other psychological problems. All the rich people I know have the abundant mindset, and that's where they are rich. Full stop. Meaning it doesn't have to be about trading, anything else. Even in relationships, there is this popular red pill teaching that I'll never forget, is that every virgin boy will simp for his first girl. And why is this so? Why is this stereotype look like it's true? Because most guys out there, even before they have their first sex, they have been fantasizing about it long enough. They have been fantasizing about the whole thing. And when they try to get their first girl, they show obsession because it's something they have been fantasizing, something they have been desperate about. They show obsession, and she could notice that this person is obsessed with me. And one thing about relationships is that when one person is giving more investments than the other person will give lesser efforts, which would lead to the whole relationship crashing. He wants the girl, but because the law of attraction says if you really want something, you must believe you have it in abundance and not act desperate. This is exactly the reason why it won't work, and his widest fears will be losing her, and that will happen. Why? He's desperate, he's obsessed, he wants her. Now it's the same thing with the market. You want money, you're desperate, you're obsessed, you're gonna lose more money because you'll be too careful, you won't take risk, or you would over risk because you want to make more. It's all coming back to scarcity. Everything that caused my fear of losing was stemming from the trauma I had from being in lots of debt, from multiple failures, from dropping out from school, from disappointing my parents, from my parents disappointing me, all came from lack of money, scarcity. Now I'm going to tell you how I was able to really overcome fear of losing money. And not just fear of losing money, the main trigger, scarcity. I was able to overcome it. And there are 6 ways I'm going to give you in this video. And to me, there are steps. So the first thing I had to do to get rid of that scarcity mindset was to get a skill. Another skill that's not really related. Some of you are trying to learn crypto. You're into forex. Now you want to learn crypto. You want to do airdrops. You want to do meme coins, because everybody on the internet is posting money. You need to understand that these are all financial markets. The truth of it is, no one is better than the other. No one is going to treat you friendly. No one is going to be better to you. You're going to lose a lot of money doing anything. Trading, because it requires a lot of skill, and the best thing is to do something completely offline, or even if it's online, not trading related. So I decided to start different skill sets. Around that time, I started my YouTube channel. Around that time, I had some other skills like graphic design. I tried to learn graphic design. I tried to learn video editing. I tried to learn every other skill I can use to raise money from. The idea is you want to be able to provide basic things for yourself. You want to be able to feed. You want to be able to pay your rent. You want to be able to buy internet plans. If you need these things and you focus on trading and you're jobless, you don't have a business, you are bound to fail. I decided to get a job after learning how to do graphic design. I decided to get a job, and because I wanted to raise money from this job. And that is the thing. You need to have value to offer. And for those of you that don't have a skill or cannot learn a skill fast, if you have a degree, you could get a job. Like I said, primary source of income. And when you have gotten that skill set, this leads us to the next phase. Gather money from your skill or job. Now, you're not working this job like other 9-to-5ers. Other 9-to-5ers are working these jobs like it's their destiny, like it's their future, it's their plan for life. If you want to be rich, well, that's not your plan. That's just like a stage in your life. And you need to understand, while you're at that stage in your life, you shouldn't be eating all of your money. You shouldn't be spending everything. You should have intentional savings whereby you are trying to cut down a lot on costs, and you want to save all of this money because you want something that can be able to help you fund your trading career till you're profitable. If you got a skill set, then I would recommend using it to get a job, just like I did. Because if you decide to have a skill set and then you want to run it like a business, it's still going to be difficult. Every form of business is hard. Getting clients, getting advertisements out there, it's hard. And not just being hard, it's going to take your time. When you're supposed to be practicing, learning how to trade, getting better, you're going to be trying to make money from your small one-man business. You are moving away from the plan. So the best thing is to get a job. You need salary. You need to offer that value to somebody. So when you get that skill set, you can go and start scouting for jobs, looking for jobs. You'll get one. It might take you time, but the world operates with whoever has value gets paid. Now, you don't want to do all of these things and then save money and gather money, like I said, and go blow it off to the markets, because that will all be pointless. And that leads us to the third one: finding a mentor. Now, the markets were not made for you to be rich. It was made for the opposite, to extort money from you. So if you don't know the right way to trade, if you don't know the right things to focus on, you would most likely fail at this game. And that's the truth. And that's why you need somebody that is where you want to be, somebody that's already there. And that's the shortest cut you can ever get. At the end of the day, if you decide, okay, you want to do the YouTube videos, you want to watch videos, and you want to save up the money from your workplace for trading, for funding your account, what happens is that the chances of blowing all that money back to the market is higher than ever right now. Because remember, you saved for it, so you still be attached to the money, and you're not still going to automatically escape fear of losing, because you did physical work to make this money and you saved it over the months. So definitely, I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch or how many materials you've watched. The truth of the matter is, when you fund that money as a live account, you most likely blow it, because you are still attached to the money. It took you time to save it. So instead of making this kind of expensive mistake, why don't you invest the money in yourself? Because the only money that cannot be wasted is the money invested into education. knowing how to trade properly, knowing how to manage your emotions, knowing getting a proven strategy instead of putting your strategy together, trying to do trial and error, wasting money. Why don't you try to learn what is proven that works? That's one of the things that helped me in my time. I had to sort somebody, the person pull me through, and I had the person does not trade I like currently, but he gave me the right mindset. I learned how to journal from him. He gave me the right mindset. He told me what he did that got me profitable. I was able to learn how to teach myself Forex the right way. I was able to learn how to instill this trading knowledge inside my head the right way, in the right sequence. I didn't try to put everything else. I learned the right way to do things. Okay, this is a very important step. And if you're watching this video and you don't have an edge, you're struggling with psychology, or you're experiencing setbacks in the boats, the first link in the description is my DM on Telegram. Just send me Forex. I'm going to add you to the group. Now, learning from a mentor, no matter how credible he is, no matter how transparent he is, no matter how much he wants to help you or how much of a good teacher he is, you still have a lot of work to do for yourself to protect yourself from losing all your saved cash, or protect yourself from experiencing bad situations. You still have a role to play, and that leads us into the next step. Focus on demo. Now, demo is something that a lot of people underrate. I hear a lot of people say these things. You don't need to learn with demo, you need to put your emotions on the line. Well, I'm making this video to be as universal as possible, to be able to help all kinds of people, both the rich, both the poor, so that I don't mislead people. There are people that come from rich homes that have that inflow of money from their parents. There are people that already have businesses. And if these people try to learn how to trade from using live accounts, by blowing these accounts, losing a lot of money, and they still come out to tell you that they use live accounts to learn, even if they're profitable, you need to know that they might not have the same foundation as you. If you struggle to feed, you struggle to save money from your job, from your little skill, blowing it to the market for the market to teach you the right lessons is the most stupid thing you can ever do, because you can learn everything on demo. When you are learning a strategy, what do? Demo. When you're trying to master a strategy, what do? Demo. When you're trying to gather statistics about a strategy that you're learning from your mentor, what do? Demo. And when you have known the strategy finally, what do? Still demo. When you're trying to master your emotions, what do? Demo. But the thing is, a lot of people trade demo wrongly. I could have a $100,000 demo account and just place trade left, right, center when I feel like. Okay, I could just open a one lot on Euro USD because I think it's gonna go down. Now I'm using this wrongly, and because it's so random with random lot sizes, the demo will most likely be in profit. And when this person thinks he's progressing and then goes on the live account, he's going to blow it. And you see a lot of people come to my DM and tell me they were performing well on demo and then they lost all their money when they funded live account. The truth is they were treating demo wrongly. To get the best out of a demo account, you need to treat it like a live account. So you're not doing that $100,000 or $10,000 bullshit. You are funding $200, $100, something very realistic that you would fund in real time. You want to fund that small account and you want to risk a very little percentage of it per trade. Let's say if it's a $200 account, you want to risk maybe $10 or $5 per trade. You want to be able to grow that money. You want to be able to experience what it is to trade real money. And everything is not about the money. Everything is not about the P&L. That strategy you're working on, you want to follow the rules in the strategy, because you're now training yourself how to find following your rules easy. Because there's one thing to learn the strategy, the first part, the try and error, which now has been fixed by having a mentor that's transparent. The second part is mastering what you have learned. So you do that with a demo account and a journal, because you want to journal your experiences and your mistakes so that you don't make them again. Now, the point of this is that you get to a point where you easily don't make mistakes. You easily stick to your rules. You easily are patient. That is the goal. The goal is not getting 100K funded. The goal is not getting $1,000 funded. The goal is finding these things easy to do, placing trades and not feeling anything, feeling neutral. I posted my journal the other day on Twitter, how my journal looks like. My emotions before, during, after are usually neutral. Now I'm with lots of live accounts and funded accounts and challenge accounts but I still don't feel anything. No, it's not because I am too rich and I don't care about money anymore. No, it's because I've been practicing this good habit for a long time. It's not part of me. But you started from demo. because you would go on a tilt while doing this. You would have setbacks, you will make mistakes, and you fail again. But then that's demo. And if you start treating that demo account like a real account, when you make mistakes on it, you will feel something, because you can see you can literally blow the $200 demo. Is blowable. So you most likely follow your rules and do things rightly without involving your finance. While your finance is still being piled up, you're saving, because the thing is that you're saving, you want to use it to fund your account when you know you have gotten a bit of expertise. At least you can trade without blowing an account. You want to pass that stage of outrightly blowing an account or running into a 50% drawdown, because you don't want to experience this on your hard-earned money. And when you get to that point whereby you're started mastering your emotions, you've started following your rules effortlessly, you now know your strategy in and out, you've backtested it lots of time, then here we move to the next step. Start with small capital, but don't quit your source of income yet. A lot of people are too quick.
I need to stop my job. I need to quit my job. I need to sack my boss. I need to stop my boss. I need to da 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 da. I don't know how to trade.
You don't know how to do anything yet until you've been able to make 1 year of your salary from trading. Then it's time to quit. That's it. Why? It's not like the 1 year of your salary made from trading proves that you're good. No, it's that you have something to sustain even if everything goes wrong. Because the feedback some people get from trading is different from some other people. There are people that have made a lot of money from trading without knowing how to trade, based on they were always aggressive and they were lucky sometimes. Now imagine you fall into that category. You've made a lot of money, you've flipped your small account, all that, and then you now think, okay, it's time for me to quit my job. And immediately quit your job, you lose everything. You become stranded, isn't it? So you're doing that, you're waiting till you make that amount of money, so when you quit, you can have what to rely on, so that your fear of losing is still kept under. Don't lose track of the topic, fear of losing. I'm telling you how I came out of having the syndrome of scarcity and fear of losing, and I can tell you these are the steps I took. I didn't go big, small capital, and I kept what I was doing alongside, and I was doing it. I kept time for trading and I kept time for that what I was doing. And you need to combine both, and you need to feed. You don't need to care about what trading offers, but you want to fund a small account, and you can also buy a challenge, but I think a small account is better. Reason is that challenges might make you care too much about your results. Yeah, prop firms have very, very crazy rules. And the truth is that these rules will set you up, and if you're not experienced, you losing a challenge will make you feel like you're a worse trader. It can even push you to change your strategy. It can even push you to bad habits. It can even push you to more fear of losing. It can also push you to under risking on your trades. It could lead to many bad habits. So it's best you fund a small account. Now, when you've been able to see good progress for some months on that small account, you can now start going into prop firms. Because now you know you are profitable, you've seen that you're doing well. And now a prop firm, you blowing a prop firm because of shady rules or one thing or the other would not make you feel like you're not profitable, because you've seen a lot of results on a live account. That is my point. Because there's a trauma that comes with losing a funded account or a challenge account. It comes with trauma. That's what we're talking about in this video. You lose 1-2 accounts, you doubt yourself, you become scared of losing more money. You don't want to be in that situation. And there will be time when you've been able to see that big progress, and that's when you move to the next step. Become profitable and scale up with profit money. Your job is still on at this period, but you are now on the way to make your 1 year salary from prop firms. Okay, this is when you start using the money you've saved to buy from a 5k account. You try to pass it, get funded, you move to the 10k, you pass it, get funded, then 50k, pass it, get funded, 100k. You keep doing this until maybe you're 400k funded, and you withdraw the capital, you withdraw the profits, and you can now use it to sustain yourself while you focus on trading full time. Now, like this, you can quit your job. Now, if you follow this process, the syndrome, fear of losing, will be eliminated, because at every point you're trading, you have money to fall back on, you have a sustainable income. And every time you have setbacks, because I just told you get past a 5k, then go to 10k. It's not that easy. You could fail your first 5k challenge, you could fail your first two, then you pass on, you go to 10k, you could fail the 10k. Like, you could be profitable and still blow challenges. It happens a lot because prop firms have rules that are out there to destroy you, and you shouldn't be trying to risk too small on a challenge because you don't want to lose the account. No, challenges are meant to be passed as fast as possible, else you lose the game. The game is to pass the challenge fast, get funded, get your payouts, get the money you used to get the challenge. That's it. So if you delay too much, spend months on one phase, you're doing something wrong. So risk well, either fail it or you pass it. This is how professional traders do it. And then the setbacks will not make you fret that you don't have anything to fall back on, because that's what brings fear of losing. There are so many other psychological issues. There is fear of missing out, there is greed, there is overconfidence, and the rest of them. Now I know you might be hearing this for the first time, but fear of losing and scarcity are the father of every one of them. Somebody struggling with FOMO, why is he scared of missing out on a move? Well, it's because he wants to make money. And if he has a lot of abundance of money, he's not going to be all that stressed about a trade that he wants to chase it. That's it. It's still linked to scarcity. What about greed? The same thing. You fund the $50 account and you want to flip it to $500 in days. Well, because you're broke and you want to get rich overnight. Overconfidence, whereby you see people trying to force bias. The market is bullish according to your system, but you've tried the first time, you lost. You tried the second time, you lost. You see them trying the third, the fourth, the fifth time in that same bias, thinking that the market owes them anything, forgetting that you could be correct on your bias and still lose, and you can fail your bias even when your strategy tells you it should be going down, but then you try to anticipate it going down, it goes up. All these things are normal, and that's why you need to trade only twice a day max to protect yourself from doing too much, because nobody owns this markets. Now, this is me getting withdrawals, different payouts in the market, teaching over 100 students how to trade, and a lot of them have seen success. This is me, from being in debt, being a dropout, not knowing how to trade, struggling, to this person right here. So this shows you that whatever psychological struggle you're struggling with, fear of losing, whatever, you're in debt, you're going through shit, this method I gave you is all you need to get out of your problem. Because all of us still go through losing streak, but then no matter how many times I lose, I do not fear to take the next trade, because I don't have fear of losing anymore, because I made a lot from the market already. So the next video coming up is going to teach you how I overcame other struggles in trading, other psychological issues, and even technical issues from a spiritual awakening standpoint. Do well to watch the video. See you guys in the next video. Peace.